Hej! Jag heter Ulrika Ingermark och jag jobbar som diakon i Adolf Fredriks församling. Och där har vi under många år haft en verksamhet i samverkan med RFSL. Vi träffas där en gång i veckan, en grupp av personer som har kommit till Sverige ganska nyligen. Vi är en blandad grupp i åldrar och kön. Alla tillhör HBTQ-personligheter. Ja. På den här verksamheten så försöker vi ha som målsättning att det ska bli ett tryggt rum. Kanske lite grann som ett vardagsrum där vi kan träffas, äta, prata och ha roligt tillsammans. Att man ska verkligen få känna att man kan få vara sig själv. Och när jag började jobba i Adolf Fredrik för 2 år sedan ungefär så lärde jag känna Mirage som är här idag för att prata och berätta lite om var du kommer ifrån och hur du har det nu idag här i Sverige. Eftersom Mirage har fått välja själv så kommer vi prata mest på engelska. Men när vi träffas i Adolf Fredrik då blandar vi svenska och engelska så att det kan hända att det blir lite swinglish här och där. Vi får se. Så Mirage, we could start with just tell me something about where you were born and where you grew up.
Well, my name is Mirage. I am Palestinian. I was born in Emirates, in Abu Dhabi. Then I moved to Palestine, Gaza Strip, with my family. There where I take secondary school. I started there, the secondary school, and high school and university. I live with a big family. I don't know, what should we mention?
Yeah. Many siblings.
Many siblings, so
Yeah.
many. We're just like 6 brothers, 5 sisters. Yeah, so we are so big.
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah.
something about Gaza, where you grew up. How is it to live in Gaza?
Well, it's. I think everybody knows it's not that easy to live there for like straight people. That it's normal for them there. That straight is normal for them. So it's very hard. The life is very hard. We have like wars always there. Siege, this closed for Gaza Strip, so no one can go or come in, even if they want to treatment. So it's very hard. So you can imagine how it will be like double hard for someone from LGBTQ there. It will be much harder there. Even if just like to have friends, to work. Sometimes in the family, it's being a little bit harder too. But I think people from LGBTQ who will live in countries that not allowed us to be as we are, they are kind of strong people that they can struggle and fight for themselves so much because they saw a lot of hard time there.
Yeah. Would you tell us something about your family, your mom and dad? Do they know about your...
Well, I think all parents, they know their sons or daughters, so they have the feeling, they feel, but I think they don't want to admit it. They just like don't want to know that it's truth, that their son or daughter is gay, lesbian, or trans. So I think they feel it, but they always they don't want to talk about it, and they're just like, no, my son is very fine. He's good. He's not sick. He's good, and he will have a family and blah blah blah. But what I know is that they gave me a lot of love. They love me so much, and I love them so much. And even I just like got some troubles there because of my sexuality, but I think I still their favorite son. I think.
That's good. You said they said you aren't sick. Was that the way they looking at you?
Yeah, they think that the people in LGBTQ in Middle East or in the country that don't accept us, they think always that these people just like sick people, or they have just like problems. They have to treatment, Some of them I have friends that their father go take them to imam to just like heal him from jinni or something that inside him, inside his son, to make him doing these things, which is not true. Yeah.
Exactly. And how was school for you?
Well, it wasn't that kind of good, actually, especially when we moved to Palestine, to Gaza Strip. I moved there in a secondary school. So in the first year, it was a little bit so there, just like not that much. But in the second year of secondary school, it was a little bit hard for me, like kind of a lot of too much hard, because I had this problem with this guy. He was like, he showed me that he's into me, and he was like, we were in the classroom writing like a piece of paper to me, like nice things to me, and then I replied to him. So once he just he wrote a piece of paper, and he said that he's kind of interested of me to have something more. So this my answer was the worst things that I wrote in my life in the paper. With that, I just like, yeah, we can see that, we can just like talk about it later. And they just like, it was like an agreement from me to him. So he used this piece of paper to my close friends in the classroom, and immediately they stopped talking to me, and I didn't know that, but I felt that he's the reason. And then, like in couple of days, imagine that 13 years old boy, whole school just don't talk to him. Everybody just beating him, or just like how to say it in English, mobbing, honom. So it was awful. 2 years. So it was the second year, and the third year it was very hard, because they're just beating me around. You can't go even to cafeteria to buy a sandwich, because they were not allowed to go there to buy. And if you brought a sandwich with you from home, they will take it from you and they destroy your box. And I have to cover my books by my hand made at home. And it was hard. I couldn't mention anything to my family, because I knew the reason. If they go there, maybe if I told my family, they will come and just fix it, because the kids will be scared to say. But in that time, I didn't know that. That I thought it will cost me a problem at home. So, and that affected me later when my years in high school, because after that I used a very bad school in my country that no one go there, because no one go there because they're teaching the religion and these things. And people there don't like that's just people who is not good who is going there. So I choose to be there. So because I know that's school, and my people, guys, the kids in the school, they will not go to that school. So I used to be like in 6 or 5 kid in the school, like very good in the class. When I moved to high school, I just like became worse and worse.
Yeah, because of the stress.
Yeah, of course. It's the reason, the biggest reason.
So was it the situation in school that made you wanted to move to another country, or what was it?
Well, when we moved back to Gaza Strip, it's supposed to be just for 20 days. Then we have to return back to Abu Dhabi, to Emirates. But we couldn't manage that because my sister married there, and she was very scared to be alone, so my mother didn't want to lift her there. So it was my dream since I was a kid, because I want to move. In the beginning, I didn't know why. In the beginning, because I just want to move. I don't feel comfortable here, because the kids where I live was just always beating me, girly boy, feminine boy, this kind of things for fagging.
And then when you were a little bit older,
when I was a little bit bigger, I just started seeing the movies. There is this movie, I still remember it. I saw this girl, she's going to club and singing. In the end of the movie, I found out, and that girl was a drag queen. He was a boy. He was a guy. Exactly. So that was just like I was so shocked that you can be both. I didn't know that you can dress like this and be like this. So it was this that gave me an inspired that I should move to this country where this girl are. But I didn't know. I thought it's all in America. I didn't know there is Europe or something. I was still like 16, something, 14, between this age. When I grew up and I found the internet, we had internet at home. So and I keep looking more and more, and then I found out that there is a huge community, that it's not only me in this world, because I didn't had homosexuality friends. So when I saw that, it's just like, oh my God, there is a lot of people. And I first, Barad, I said, Barad, I saw it was in Germany. So I was like, I felt in love, there is Europe. So I felt in love with Europe. It's just like, I want to be part of this community there, to be myself, to be free. No one just like bothering me. So to be who I am.
That's good. And what made you decide? If I remember right, you were like 30 years old or something. What happened to made you decide to go outside
It's just like
Gaza?
it's now the time to leave.
Yeah, and how could you escape from Gaza?
Yeah. Well, it is a little bit embarrassing, but someone saw me with my boyfriend there. Like, and so he left for me a paper. I had a room outside my building, and he was coming to my place as friends. So when he saw me, I don't know how he managed to saw me. It's just like there is a small hole under the door. He just like saw me, and I think he heard voices or something. So he left a paper written in the paper that if you don't leave money for me in the same place where I bought the paper, I will tell your family. So I ignored it. I didn't do anything. So then after 2 days, I found another paper. So I think he sent for me like a 6, 7 paper with that, and I ignored them all. So my guy, he was very scared, so he decided to leave. So he left in 2015. But I couldn't because I lost my passport. So if you want to have another passport, you have to wait until the original passport finished that date. So I have to wait more than a year and a half. So I couldn't move. So he left with my support.
Because they had opened the gates for students.
They opened the gate for special people.
Yeah.
No one can live there. It's just like twice or 3 times a year, they open the gate. So then I knew that this is the time should I move. But I think I was a little bit late because he told my family about it.
Yeah. Do you want to tell something more about that when your family find out?
Yeah.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
When I found out, I just going back home. And my father and mother used to sit in their bedroom, always. This is the place where they like to sit. So when I entered the room, I felt the energy from my mother coming out, just so negative. I felt, okay. So I think he told them, they know. So I get inside and I asked her, and she didn't look in my eyes, and she said, nothing, there is nothing. What's happening? Are you okay? What's happening? She didn't want to say anything. Then suddenly she couldn't keep it. She said this man told us blah, 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 blah. And they're just do you believe that I don't do these things? He tried once to rape me, but I refused. I just want to protect myself. I had to lie to protect yourself. That's what we do. So to save our lives. He told my younger brother. And in that time when I was talking with my mother, my younger brother came in, and he was shouting to my mother that I told you don't tell him about it because I don't want him to feel like he lost my respect. He was so nice. And then my father came in, and he was, what's happening? Why shouting? And he said a bad word for me, and he said if that what he said was the truth, it will be the last day for you. And I said, you can do whatever you want, but it's not me. So this was the time that I felt just kill me or just leave me live. So I didn't care about it. So he said, yeah, we will see that. But the good thing that my father did, he went to that guy and he fought with him. And he told him, if anyone talked one word about my son, he will deal with me, not with my son. So he was like doing something at home with me, and in the front of the people who were just like protecting me somehow.
Nice of him.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you decided to escape from your country.
Yes.
Yes.
So I had to work.
Yes.
And after that situation, it was hard for me to leave the house. No friends, no leaving, nothing at all. I spent like couple of, like, I don't know, 2 months, I don't know, at home, doing nothing. Then a man that knows me, he called me and he want me to work. He have opened a library and he want me to work there. And I accepted, even if just like the salary was 15 crowns, 15 crowns a day. So I just like say, yes, I will go, anything, just like I want to leave the house. It's just like I'm dying. So my family didn't accept that until they found out that this library is between my home and my brother, wife, family home.
Yes.
So he was like, okay, so he was going to, so he was always checking me every day, like almost every day. He's going,
Yeah.
yeah, so he was like always going in the same way, going to his stepmother?
Yes, stepmother.
No, mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Okay.
Yeah, mother-in-law, and just like check to be sure that I'm here. And in that time, I managed like a couple of days. I needed just 3 days in that time to go to the place where we can fix the passport and to fix it. So I would just like go there, give the papers, and return back too fast. So just like it was a dangerous move I do, but I have to do it because no one else allowed to do this papers for you, government papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just like did it. Then the only people who are allowed to leave is who's very sick people or people who have resident in another country. So I don't have both. So I have to register in. Then they opened a door for a student because the high school student is finished from study. They want to study in other countries. So they went. So I went to Russian embassy and I had a visa as a student. Then I had a friend who worked in the border between Palestinian and Egyptian people, and he helped me to go out from Palestinian. He didn't know anything about me. So I went there and he just helped me to go to Egyptian side. Then there, just like it was much easier because it's just like they checked the visa, it was right, so just like stamp it and go.
Yeah.
So.
And then you had quite a long travel before you came to Sweden.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I spent like almost 10 months in Russian. I was like, I had to study. I had to do something in the university, so I started to learn the language. Then, when it's supposed to be like you should pay for the next term, so I just decided to move to Turkey because this money I can use it for me to move because I don't know how much I need in my way here. So I moved to Turkey. From Turkey, I think that everybody knows it's just like illegal to Greek land, and in that way I almost died twice. But I don't know. God protected me.
Yes.
Yeah. So then after 2 months in Greek land, I take a plane to France, then to train to Belgium, then a plane to Stockholm.
Yeah.
Then here I am.
Here you are.
Free and well.
Yes. And here in Stockholm, you had a friend as well, and you had to go to Migrationsverket.
Yeah, I have my friend Samer.
Yeah.
He's sitting
He's
here.
today.
Yeah, I called him. I met him in Greekland first time. He came there to help me because a friend told him that there is a guy from LGBT from our community. He needs help because I was living in with street guys, and it was very bad situation for me there. They didn't like me, so I had to be like always outside or hiding in the room just alone. So he came for me to help me with a friend, Khaled, to find for me another place. But after next 2 days, he got his papers to move to Sweden, so he moved here before me. Yeah. Then when I came here, we met again. Then I got a residentship after a year. Then I got a place to live here in Sweden. I got this apartment for 5 years. Then I have to find one by myself. So I start to contact Samir that we should go out, and he was a little bit desperate, yeah, and he don't want to go out, and because his situation where he live is very bad, because he live just in a small room, 9 meters with a toilet, and all around him just how to say it, I forget the word, just like homophobic people that they don't like, and he was always scared. So I was like pushing him to go out because he's the only one I know in Stockholm. And he was scared. So I was like pushing him. And it's just like, I heard something about newcomers. We should go and check it. See, he didn't go. So I went to Arfesel and they retrieved my number. Then I start to get messages from Adolf Fredriks.
Adolf Fredriks
kyrka. Yeah, then I contact him that there is brunch in this place every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We should go there. And the same day that we decide to come to the kyrka, the teacher didn't allow me. She said, no, this is a very important lesson. I was in SFE. Yeah, so he went there alone. Then at the end of the day, he called me and he was so happy. This place is so nice. It feels home. I like it. You should go there. You missed a lot. The woman there is so good. She was Susie. We love her. She was like a mother for everybody. She's so kind. And she was like, there is a woman, this woman. She's so kind. You will love her. You will fall in love with her in 1 second. So I was so excited to go there, so we decided to go next Wednesday. So I didn't tell the teacher that I'm going. So, so I just like, when I got, we have 15-minute rest. So just like, this is 15 minutes. I took my bag and just like, escaped. Just write me, just upset. I'm not at school. So I went there, but he didn't come there. So this place, just like make a huge change in my life.
Yes. Why?
Because in the whole my life, it's just like people who came from countries that not accepting us, they always feel lonely. There is a hole in their souls that it will never be just like filled enough. Nothing can fill this hole inside your soul. So we always feel lonely, even if you're just like with friends or family, because it's not you. So you always feel lonely. You always feel sad. You just like always scared. Nothing just like take these feelings away. So when I entered this place, this amazing place, I get inside the building, and they were like all sitting in the table. And they all around it, yes, and everybody's laughing, eating, talking. Then I just like, it was like part of a second, but for me, just like between me and my soul, it was like a year. I was like standing, looking at them. And I just like, oh my God, what is that? I start to feel this warm feelings inside me. I just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like felt home. I felt so safe, very safe. I felt in that place. Warm feelings get inside me until it reached my heart, just like from down to up. Until it reached my heart, it's just like I was Then I felt home. It felt like I saw it just like the last dinner with Jesus, but it wasn't like the last dinner. It was, for me, it was the last brunch with my sadness, with my loneliness, with my suffering. Because this moment that I was there and I saw this place, a huge hole in my soul, they felt it. It's just like, it's not there at all. Since that time, I didn't feel lonely. It's been like 3 years now. I never felt this lonely feelings. Maybe I feel like a little bit sad, yeah, but not because of my situation, because there I found the friends, I found family, and they all here supporting me, sitting here, and I'm so thankful. And these people who couldn't manage to come here, I think they're watching me live. I hope.
And I think we should say what Susie said to you when you say,
Yes,
I will go here
exactly.
every week.
Yeah, yes. Susie came to me and just like she's the one who welcomed me. And when she hugged me, it was like it felt mother who's hugging their son. Just like I felt, so nice feelings with her. It's just like a mother hugging me. After a while, when I was like coming every week, then she find out that I'm escaping school. She's like, come. Yes, what are you doing? She's trying always to speak with us Swedish. When we don't understand, she changed it to English to make us feel more like to learn the language. She's like, come here, come. What are you doing? I said, what I'm doing? Do you escape the school? I was like, felt like my mother is just there, just like, oh, yes. I spent there just 1 hour and then I came here, just like, you're not allowed to come here because school comes first. Then I told her, this is the only place that I feel safe and home. Sometimes I told you once, I have trouble sleeping. So when I go on this Wednesday day, when I'm sitting there, I fall asleep. Like a baby, without any, in a second. So she said, no, you're not allowed, but if you can talk with your teacher, you're allowed to come once a month. So since that, I start to come once a month. But it wasn't enough for me because I want to be more there because it was my home now. It's home for me. So when I became in SFE D, in D level, my teacher, I talked with her and she knows, I told her my situation. And she was so supporting, just like, you are not here every Wednesday. And Wednesday you should be home. She means in the church. So I was every Wednesday there because then when I told Susie that, she's like, did she say that? She said, yes, and the teacher will make it up for me later. She said, okay, but it was hard to make her accept it.
Yes. Yeah, and maybe you should talk about a little bit about the spiritual kind of side of you. Because what does it mean for you? I wonder how you talked about it a little bit. It's like a hole inside to not be accepted. Mm-hmm. And you have told me stories about your religion in your home country and an experience in the mosque. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us something?
Yeah, it's a start for me when I moved from secondary school. Like I told you, I moved to this school that not everybody goes because they teach religion and these things. So there I start to learn about the Islam religion more. We are Muslims, but we are not that much religion. We can just practicing Salah and that's all. So there I start to learn more and more and more stuff. After that, I start to, I was doing that, but it wasn't a big deal for me. Then when I start to grow up more, I start to understand what they are talking in the mosque. And the Imam was talking about the LGBTQ and how we should punish them and the treatment that we have to do with them and how we should the way they have to stop them doing this, through this rule that they should throw you from the highest building in the city that you live, through it and you die.
That you should be punished.
Yeah, that is the punishment for
Yeah.
being gay or lesbian or trans or LGBTQ community. So since that, I was so scared in that moment. I even was shaking, but I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't leave the mosque because the people think that like, why did he left? And I already had problems in where I live because I'm a little bit feminine. Like it was like more than now, I think.
Yeah.
It's just like man control himself later, so to manage to live between the community without problems, which I couldn't. Well, so I start to pretend that I'm going to the mosque, but I wasn't. So I was like escaping, hiding somewhere under the heat. It was very hot there. So, and I go back home when this ends. So it's just like, if you want to go to family, you are not accepted. If you want to go to community, they will not accept it. If you will go to religion, it's not accepted. So it was very hard for me, just like it's trouble problems. That's why it's just like always lonely, because you can't tell. Even if you felt someone is gay or something, you can't go and just like tell him that. It's not that easy, because you don't know. Maybe you were mistaken, so it will cost you your life. So it's not that easy to do that.
But how is it for you today? Is it the same feeling about about God or the religion?
Yeah,
how do you feel about it today?
I feel more comfortable with my beliefs now. It was very hard in the beginning that I'm
what
just
has changed for you? What is the...
Well, when I start my dwelling as Underhotishka, I learned this. I was thinking about this situation like for a long time between me and myself, when I found people just have different opinions about God and beliefs and these things. So I was like, think about it so much until I just had this ämne på svenska. Called Etik.
Yeah.
So in this book, in this image, just like there is a lesson about religiosa or ike-religiosa. So it was talking about the three religions, Islam, Christian, and Jewish. So that was my interest. So I was always spending after the class, it was online. So when everybody is leaving, I start to talk with my teacher like an hour, just discuss these things. Diskutera det. So she was like explaining for me a lot, and I get more help from her. Then I start to talk about it with my lovely sweet friend. Her name is Maro. She couldn't manage to come here because she's traveling. So I start to talk with her. She's Ikirul Khotsa, but she was respecting that with me, and she helped me a lot. Like how much God loves you, even if you are gay. If the religion doesn't accept you because the people who explain the Holy Book, so it's not your problem, it's their problem who explain what God said about LGBTQ or whatever in Holy Books, the three Holy Books. So then once I called this sweet person, beautiful soul person, and I just want someone to talk about it. So I met her, I went to the church, and we stayed like for more than an hour, and I discuss it with you. And when I left, I think I left very more comfortable about my beliefs. Like the person can believe in God, doesn't matter what your sexuality is. Because if God don't want you to be gay in the beginning, or trans or lesbian, he will not create you in the beginning. Exactly. So God loves you as you are. So don't listen to these people who just explain the Holy Books, because they are humans just like us. They can make mistakes. And I think the explanation from the Holy Books always change by time, just like every generation, just like explain different. They're just like, no, that one was wrong, this one. So I think the person should follow himself, his mind. He have to think. They are humans and they have minds. And we are humans, we have mind. We have to think. We shouldn't wait on someone else to tell us what the Holy Book is saying. You can read it, you can understand it, you can look for the explanation, then you can make your own explanation. You just like you should follow yourself, you follow your heart. So it doesn't matter if just like there is, I know some people, they stop to believe in God because they are homosexuality. They are homosexual people.
Yeah.
So they stop believing in God because they know that the God will send us to hell, the God don't love us, that the religion don't accept us. But this is wrong. I don't believe in that, because if God will not love you, he will not in the beginning create you gay or lesbian. It's just like you, who you are. God loves you as you are. So I think these people should rethink about them, rethink about it, and God deserves to be believed in, because it's God.
Because it's
Or
God.
what?
So simple as that.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
so simple. Just like it's God, we should believe in him.
Yes. Okay. Well, I have a couple of questions here for you. It's maybe not that easy to answer, but I want to ask anyway.
Okay.
Is it something that you would like the Swedish society to change for a newcomer or a
Well,
new
a change
person
is a
in-
huge word, but maybe give us something.
Yeah.
Just like do something
Is it
for the
something-
newcomers.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that we want to feel home. We want to feel welcome. We don't want to feel like we are not welcome here. We don't want to feel that, because we felt that whole our life in our countries. If it will be like the same feelings, we could be there or just like die, because it doesn't matter then if it's here like there. I think this is the most important thing, that we want to be accepted. We want to be like feel welcome. We want to feel home, because when we came to Sweden, we choose Sweden to be our home. We came here and we left whole our lives back of us,
Yes.
and we start from zero here, just to find ourselves, to find home. So I think this is the most thing that we need, to feel welcome, and we are not all people the same. I think maybe some people just make trouble here, but I don't think someone from LGBT can do that, because they all just have small hearts, just like they are nice people. But if someone is just very bad, it was because what he saw in his life, what things make him change. But deep inside him, they all good.
Yeah.
Everybody
And you
is
have to
good.
treat everyone with respect, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think we should like feel home, feel safe. So we can just, if I just find my way to fill my hole in my soul, there is many others waiting to fill this hole in their souls.
And do you have any advice to, for example, me as a private person? How can I approach to anyone who is new in the society?
Well, I think for me, it's just like what the church here doing for us, for newcomers, it means for us more than you think. It's just maybe it's just like nice place to sit, eat, talk, and just go home. But for us, it's much more. It means a lot. You can just like, it's not like me. It's not just me. It's just like all my friends here, and even everyone that he came with me, just like invite him to come there. Just like everybody leave that place very happy. You don't know how much you give us. So as this, you just like, it's okay. Just it's fine for us. It's just like to hold us, like newcomers, because they're coming here and they are lost. They are very lost. They are staying for a long time, and some newcomers coming here and they have no one to talk. They have no place to go. So this place, like what the church do, it's giving us home.
So it doesn't have to be so complicated or anything.
No,
You just have to
just
open
like
your
open your
heart.
arms, open
Yeah.
your heart for us. It's just like we are so easy. People who came from countries that don't accept the homosexual people, just like we just accept the minimum things. Just like they are just want to feel welcome. They want to feel home. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They want just to live a simple life,
Yes.
free. What they are, without judgment.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think just like they should like close, everybody who came here and just like start a new beginning here, they have to close their eyes from old ends and open their hearts for new beginnings. That's an advice.
Yes. So maybe that's all that we had prepared. So, yes.
Oh my God. You're waiting for the beginning.
I just want to say, you can ask any question, but it's not sure we answer. It's Mirage, up to Mirage. Yeah. Yes, varsågod. En mikrofon ska vi ha också.
Ja, tack.
Make it easy. Simple.
Vilken språk vill du ha? Eller?
Du kan fråga på svenska, om jag kunde inte förstå så kan jag förstå.
Okej, ja. Jag har bara en kommentar i början att berätta att vad heter det? Att vara homosexuell eller att vara en transperson i Mellanöstern är inte något som var importerat från vänstret, eftersom det har vi i vår kultur. Det har vi i vår kultur. Vi har många förbilder som Abu Nawas, the poet, poeten som var ihop med kronprinsen i Abbasid-dynasti. Vi har också Selim the first, who was the first sultan and the first... I speak English.
But it's okay, good.
The first sultan and the first kalif of Ottomanska riket. Vi har också Tinhinan som styrde Algeriet som drottning, och hon är född som man. Så allt den här måste vi vara stolta över, och att berätta att det har vi i vår kultur. Sen jag har en fråga angående patriarkat i samhället, eftersom det är mest feminina homosexuella killar som är mest utsatta för diskriminering och våld. Jag vet att straight acting homosexual de är accepterade mer än någon som är feminin. Då räknas man som en könförövare. Att man är förövaren för sin egen kön som man. Så vad tycker du om det? Skriv.
Vad ska jag skriva?
Vad vill du svara på det? Eller vad?
Jag har en sista fråga.
Okay.
Eller...
Ska du svara på den första då? Vad tycker du om att... sorry. What do you think about... did I understand it right? That transgender people...
feminine
guys
are more discriminated than straight acting.
Do you agree?
LGBT.
Yeah, that you mean like the gays who acting like straight, they are just like more safe than the feminine guys.
Or top guys.
Yeah.
It's acceptable actually, because he is the person who penetrates the other, who dominates the other. That's why they are accepted.
I think it's a very, very important thing to talk about, but for now I think just it's good to mention it, and we all should think about it again. Open your heart and be respectful to each other, exactly. As Mirage told us about. So.
Jag har två egentligen. Det var ett, men yes. Angående din tro. Du säger att du tror på Gud, att du eller att du tänkte att du var inte accepterad av Gud eftersom islam är emot homosexuella. Det är sant och inte sant, eftersom i Koran det finns bara en surat eller en är att där man pratar om homosexualitet, men det var inte själva homosexualiteten som var förbannad. Det var låtfolket som var förbannade på grund av att de inte trodde på Gud och att de använde våldtäkt som en vapen. Så min fråga, det är inte en fråga, du ska vara stolt över att du är homosexuell och att du är muslim. Det går inte emot varandra.
Nej, bra sagt.
Ja.
Det är samma i Bibeln. Det finns ju meningar som säger det ena eller det andra. Och hela Bibeln, eller teologin, handlar ju om att tolka. Och det är ju samma som man gör i moskéer och i kulturer där det inte är accepterat. Så tolkar man det. Tolkar in saker som du har fått höra som barn. Så.
Och sen sista fråga. Vi har inte frågat. Ja. Men integrationsfrågan. Det är tyvärr så här i Sverige att vår integrationsfråga är en assimileringsfråga. Vår integrationspolitik är en assimileringspolitik faktiskt.
Can you do it in English?
Here in Sweden, our integration politic, it's more about assimilation politic. It's not an integration politic because I can take an example. We have coffee, we have milk. They are two different ämnen. Sen man blandar ihop det så blir det kaffe med mjölk. Det är inte längre kaffe, det är inte längre mjölk. Det är något nytt. Och det är det som måste jobba på. Och min fråga är, vad tycker du om det? Och vad tycker du om när du hör att Sverigedemokraterna är det näst största partiet i Sverige, och de kommer nog att ta över makten nästa.
Det vet vi inte ännu. Men,
vi vet inte, men enligt statistiken så är det så. Så vad tycker du om det, att när säger du, det är inte bara du, jag menar typ hela att vara muslim, HBTQ, arab, invandrare. Det är allt som de inte vill ha. Så hur ser du framtiden under den här hoten?
Ja, det är en jättestor fråga som du ställer. jag tänker att det får bli ett forum någon annanstans, någon annan gång.
Ja, det är inte jag som
Mirage
vara det.
berättar om sin historia och jag tror att vi får stanna där. Det var fler frågor.
Do you have
how is it for you now where you are living? If it's the same feelings you have back then, like now, are you feeling afraid of like walking in your apartments, like you're feeling afraid of showing your true color who it is, or is that change?
No, it is still there. Because when I get my residentship, they give me an apartment, just like Sugar apartment, a studio, with a building full of. We are all invandrare in the same building, who almost like most of them are homophobic. That they don't accept us. And I had like a couple of problems with them there, like 2 times. After that, just like it was very hard for me I don't feel comfortable to go out like I am. So sometimes I just like go so decent. When I leave it, I just like change to who I am. So I still have this feeling that like I'm not comfortable where I live. And when I got my residentship, I talked with Magrahon about it. Like I want a place like to be what I am, but they gave me this. Like you see, like Samir and Noel, they give them this place. It's just like a small place around all these homophobic people, and they are not comfortable at all. They have just like I think Noel have a flag for beers lovers, Yeah, and he just like start to hide it from the window because the people start to look and talk about him.
Okay.
So it's not that easy. We still have these feelings that to be our color, we still cover ourselves with their colors.
And I think that's the main part of this Pride Week. We need to
Be ourselves.
yes, and show the world that it's a big community.
Yeah, but I think they who don't accept us, they should. Because we all live in Sweden. It's an open country.
Yeah.
We all should accept each other. We shouldn't like treating each other like we were like before we came to Sweden, because it's a new start. So stop doing that.
I think we should take the last question. Yeah.
Yeah, hello guys. Me, I'm very newcomer. I'm just here for since 10 weeks. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, and I just want to share. I like your story. You have a nice story because me, I'm a Muslim. I come from Senegal, a country living many Muslims, and in the Quran, I like your speech because in the Quran, all guys have each understanding the Quran, and in the Quran, God speak for LGBTs, they speak for the rap for of men. Okay. It is not a constanting relationship. It is a rap on a man, and for the last, I like to your speech when you speak for newcomer, because yeah, we have a home, we have a food, we have a safe, but we need adaptation, we need acceptation, we need integration, and it is very important for newcomer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, Mirage, I just want to say very much thank you to you.
Thank you for you to make me come here and standing in this. It's just like coming out for a whole Sweden for me.
Yeah.
So it's a huge step for me. I was very stressed.
Yes, but I think you did it well. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. And thank you for
support.
coming and supporting.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.